Hello guys, welcome back to another video of mine. It's been a very long time since it's just been me in front of the camera. I've done a few podcasts with my friend that have been uploaded to this channel. I just wanted to talk about that for a second before I get into the topic of this video. Those podcasts are still going to happen. I'm still going to be doing those podcasts, but they will not be uploaded onto this channel. They will be uploaded onto the podcast channel. We did make one that have been uploaded on that all the time, but I wanted to add it onto this channel as well, just to create a bit more kind of interest in it. But they won't be on this channel anymore, but you will still be able to watch them if you enjoy them. I will leave a link in the description to this week's episode and for future episodes to come, as this one-on-one conversation between me and you guys will be more regular now that we have the Premier League back. It came back last night. Aston Villa and Sheffield United played, as well as Manchester City and Arsenal, and I can tell you, cannot tell you how great a feeling it was to have football back. I know Chelsea didn't play, but it was just so good to have football back. It's been a very, very long 3 months without football due to the coronavirus, obviously. A lot has happened since I last spoken to you guys. It's been about 5 months since it's been just myself talking in front of the camera. It's been a very, very long time, but it's great to be back and great to have football back. And we all know why I'm coming back and why these videos happen again. It's because Chelsea are back playing football, back playing Premier League football, and we have our next match on Sunday against Aston Villa away. At Villa Park. Kick-off is at 4:30 UK time, I think. So yeah, I cannot wait for that game. It's going to be very, very exciting, but I really do hope we win. It would be so disappointing if all that time away from football, all that time wanting Chelsea to play and waiting to see us play, if we were to lose or not win, it would be very disappointing. And yeah, so I think it's massively important that we win. I think not only the results last night, obviously Sheffield United are close behind us, they dropped 2 points. Arsenal dropped points last night. We're not going to catch Manchester City, I don't think, so I was hoping that they would win to keep Arsenal. And Arsenal, I think, are 8 points behind us now, something like that, without a game in hand. Their game in hand is gone, so that's good they stay there without gaining any ground on us. And then obviously Manchester United and Tottenham are playing tomorrow, and there are two teams that are in and around us, so a draw in that game would be great. But it's all well and good, these teams around us dropping points, but we need to win our own games, and that starts on Sunday. And you know, usually I go into the start 11 say, okay, based off how these players played in the last games, but because we haven't played any football in so long, it's hard to pick a team based on form, because obviously our last game was back in March against Everton. So I'm gonna pick my team anyway to play. So in goal, I have to go with Kepa. He was left out for the weeks before the last couple of games before the lockdown. He came back in, did brilliantly well against Liverpool in the cup. Against Everton, he had a bit of a relaxing day. It wasn't really tested or anything. But in the games that he came back, or when he was integrated back into the starting 11, he did very well. So I think it's best to keep him in there for this game and see how he gets on. Right back, I would go with Reece James. I think Reece James has been very, very good this season. For such a young player in his first season playing Premier League football and playing for Chelsea, he's been very, very good. I don't think I've very rarely seen him make a mistake, if he even has made one. And his crossing ability and his ability to get forward, I think he could work a little bit defensively, but I think that just comes with time and games played. So, but I don't think that's any reason to drop him. So I would go Reece James. 2 centre backs, I would go Antonio Rudiger. I just think he's probably our most experienced and most no nonsense defender at the club. So I would go with him. Next to him, this is tough because our defence has been very poor this season, and it's chopped and changed so much every week that it's hard to kind of have a set defence. So I would go with, if Tomori's available, you know what, I'm going to say Tomori. All the players will be available. They won't be injured. They've had 3 months to get fit. So I would go with Tomori. Left back, I would go. Oh, you know what? I'm going to go with Marcos Alonso. I thought he played very well in the games prior to lockdown. So I would go with him. Honestly, our left back options aren't very great. So whether you play Alonso or Emerson, it's both of them are either going to have a good game or a bad game. So it's a toss up between the two, and I'm just going to go with Alonso because he had a few decent games before lockdown. So I'm going to go with him at left back. Now moving into the three in midfield, I presume Frank's going to play a 4-3-3 formation. So the three midfield, I'm going to go. Jorginho suspended, so he can't play. I'm going to go with Kovacic. He's been our player of the season this year. He's been almost not perfect, but 8 out of 10 nearly every single week. He's been brilliant, so I'm going to go with Kovacic. I'm going to go with Kante. Now I know Kante's been out for a long time, and there was throughout the lockdown when the players came back to training, there was talks about him not feeling very comfortable going back to training, and fears about maybe contracting the virus and stuff like that. So that's completely understandable. But he has been training the last 3-4 weeks or so, and has played in the behind closed doors friendlies that we have played. So I would assume he's match ready. If he's not fit to start, I would start him, and then if we're winning or in a comfortable position, we can take him off and kind of wrap him in cotton wool. But if not, we can always bring him on if we need to. But I personally would start with him. And then the other midfielder, oh, this is tough. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is back from injury, which is really good, but he hasn't played any football in such a long time, so I wouldn't start him. I would probably go with Mason Mount just to because he's obviously been in the team all season. He's fit. He's probably the most match fitness out of the likes of Loftus-Cheek and Kante, and obviously Jorginho suspended. So I would go with Mason Mount in this game. Now moving up to the front three, this is tough. Willian and Pedro look like they're leaving, which I'd probably say is the correct decision. I wouldn't renew their contracts any further than the end of the season. They've been great servants to the club, but I just think they're in their early, they're around 32, 33. They're not getting any younger or quicker, but they're still of use to us till the end of the season. I would start with Willian on the right. I know Christian Pulisic is back from injury as well, so that's great to have. Whether starting him from the front is a good idea is a different story. But, you know, these players have been back training for a couple of weeks now, and they're not injured, and they've played a couple of behind closed doors friendlies. I think a lot of the Premier League squads are going to be in a very similar position. None of them are going to be fully match fit, so they're all in the same boat. So, you know what, I'm going to go with Christian Pulisic to start on the left, and then up front, Giroud or Abraham. I'd go with Giroud because he was in good form before lockdown with his goal against Tottenham, played well against Liverpool, scored against Everton. So I would start Giroud, but again, if Tammy Abraham starts, I'm not going to complain, but I would personally just go with Giroud. My prediction for the game, now this is difficult because it's complete, I don't know. There's no form to base this off, or how good the players have played in previous games, because we've had no previous games for 3 months. This is all new way of playing football. It's all I know Aston Villa played on Wednesday. They played last night, so that could work out of two ways for them. They could either be fatigued, having not played football for so long, and then having to play 2 games in the space of 4 days. Might be take its toll on them, which will benefit us if that's the case, but they also might be more fit than us because they played a full 90 minutes of Premier League football, which we haven't prior to this game. But I would like to think that on paper we have the stronger squad, we have the better players, and as I said, there's no supporters in the stadiums for the foreseeable, so there's not really a home advantage for Aston Villa in this game. I know we're playing at Villa Park, but there's no fans to kind of boost them and back them and kind of make it intimidating for us. So, you know, personally, you know what, I'm going to be confident in this one. I'm quite pessimistic when it comes to making predictions, but in this one, I'm going to go with 2-0 Chelsea. I'm going to be positive and go 2-0 Chelsea, and hopefully that comes true. So, yeah, I think that's it for this video, guys. it's great to be back, and hopefully we can get the win that I've been craving for 3 months now. And yeah, that's all I have to say for this video, guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please drop it a like and subscribe if you're new around here or enjoy the content, and I will have the review for the game out on probably Monday. I'd say Monday morning, but I can try and get it out on Sunday evening after the game, if I'm able to. So that's all for this video, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you for the review.